Hi, this is Dr. Kimberley Linert, and you're listening to Incredible Life Creator Podcast. My guest today is David Meltzer. David Meltzer is the co-founder of Sports One Marketing and formerly served as CEO of the renowned LeighSteinberg Sports and Entertainment Agency, which was the inspiration for the movie Jerry Maguire. David has been recognized by Variety Magazine as their Sports Humanitarian of the Year and awarded the Ellis Island Medal of Honor. He is also the executive producer of the Bloomberg and Amazon Prime television series 2-Minute Drill and Office Hours. His life's mission is to empower over 1 billion people to be happy. This simple yet powerful mission has led him on an incredible journey to provide one thing: value. In all his content and communication, that's exactly what you'll receive. As part of that mission for the past 20 years, he's been providing free weekly trainings to empower others to be happy. Welcome to the podcast, David.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, so usually my podcasts are very long, like an hour, and we have 20 minutes. So we have to make this super memorable.
I promise I will be efficient, effective, rememberable, remindable, recollectible. I promise.
That is awesome. So you have a huge mission to empower 1 billion people to be happy. And who doesn't want to be happy?
That's exactly what it is. Don't limit me. It's over 1 billion people. So I never limit myself with man-made constructive time, distance, or numbers. So yeah, over 1 billion people, and happiness at the core, is all we really need. We need nutrients, we need water, we need air, and we need sleep. All of those will contribute to the ultimate objective of life, which is simply to be happy. And in this world where we live today, to be happy, I believe I can teach people and empower them to empower others to make a lot of money, to create abundance in their life so that they can help a lot of people, which is always the best that we feel. And most importantly, have a lot of fun or be happy. So making money, helping people, having fun through changing mindset, heart set, and handset is how we're going to get it done.
All right. And why is this so important to you? I want you to tell us the story the way you've never told it before.
Well, for me, my own journey of understanding happiness is I was born completely happy, but I was born with nothing, a single mom, financially nothing, in a world what I called not enough. I was always looking and comparing myself to other people. Why did they have a family? Why did they have a house? Why did they have cars? All the things that I didn't have, sometimes even food. And that world of not enough is one of a mindset. I didn't know it when I was in it because I had so much more. I had taken for granted what other people were wishing for. I was healthy. I was happy. I was loved. I had an extraordinary family, 5 siblings that were extraordinary. And then because I felt the only thing missing from my life that would bring me this joy, this happiness, was money. And it's the most common thing that people do is they believe money will buy them happiness and love. They think that money is an ends, and money is only a means, right? Money is an object of energy. It's an object of energy that we put into the flow to get what we want. In other words, a currency. And if we have money, it enables us to shop, but you still have to shop for the right things for the right reasons. Out of law school, I was a millionaire. 9 months out of law school, millionaire, multimillionaire. 3 years later, we exited our first company at 3.4 billion. Went to the Silicon Valley. By the time I was 30, I was married to my dream girl from the 4th grade. I had everything I ever dreamed of. I was the CEO of Samsung's phone division in 1999, and you would think I would be extremely happy, but unfortunately, I was living in a world of just for me, not to me like before as a victim that everyone had everything else, but now everything was for me. So I would be unhappy and buy things I didn't need. I buy more things I didn't need. I buy different things I didn't need. If I still was unhappy, I'd buy gifts to impress other people and buy things to impress other people. I even bought things to impress people I didn't like. And this spiral of the world of for me just got worse and worse because I ran the most notable sports agency in the world after Samsung called Leigh Steinberg Sports and Entertainment. It's the most notable sports agency in the world. And I ran the firm. Now I had multi-millions of dollars, but I also had access. I had access that even billionaires couldn't have: backstage, sideline, locker room, award shows, things that even the richest people couldn't get. And so this created, this paradigm in my life that I had everything I ever dreamed of. I thought money bought love and happiness, and I found out that I was completely empty. And so, through the help of my dad and my best friend Rob, and most importantly, my wife, telling me to take stock in who I was, the first people in my life that weren't giving me a yes for an answer. And I had to save my own life by taking stock in who I was and what I want to become, so I could live today in this world of abundance, of limitlessness, of infinity, a world where I know there's a higher source, a higher power than me, a greater and bigger thing than me that cares about me even more than I care about my children, except for it's omniscient, all knowing, all powerful. And once I realized that that is what walks next to me, inside of me, this faith became my main currency, the object of energy that I now put into the flow to get what I want. So when things don't happen like I want, mistakes, failures, setbacks, I just know that it's protecting me, it's promoting me, it's not punishing me. And I want to teach people how to live in that world, the world of more than enough.
Beautiful. I know people who are wealthy, people who are not, and the common thread is dissatisfaction, regardless of where you're at. We always think we need to arrive somewhere. And when we arrive there, we're going to be happy.
Yeah, attaching our emotions to an outcome is something that everyone does. I'll be happy when I graduate. I'll be happy when I get married. I'll be happy when I have kids. I'm happy when I make $1 million. I'll be happy when. Instead of saying, I'm going to enjoy the consistent every day, persistent without quit pursuit of my own potential. I'm going to enjoy and find the light, the love, and the lessons through gratitude and forgiveness and accountability. I'm going to effectively communicate not only with that which is bigger than me, but also through me for everyone else. In other words, I'm going to appreciate what I have, add value to it. I'm going to give it all away to acknowledge it, acquire the knowledge of it by giving it away. But then I'm going to add the component that most people fail to do, which is I'm going to ask for more. Asking is the best form of radical humility. Most people don't like to ask, and it's so counterintuitive. It drives me crazy. Two things drive me crazy. One, why is it that we all feel so good helping other people, but we're afraid to make other people feel so good? Oh, it's just going to bother them. Wait. So you love to give. You never feel better when you're helping somebody else than you do when you're helping someone else. But yet you're too afraid to make someone feel that good. The other counterintuitive thing that drives me nuts is sleep. Majority of the people on earth, they go to sleep, they go to rest, and they wake up more tired than when they slept. It'd be like, Kimberly, me inviting you to dinner. We have a beautiful 5-course meal for 2 hours with drinks and dessert, and we walk out of the restaurant together, and you look at me and say, wow, I'm starving. You would say there was something wrong with the meal.
Yeah.
But why don't people say there's something wrong with the way I sleep if I'm going to bed to rest and I wake up more tired than I'm supposed to be? I don't understand it.
Mhm. So, how is it that we go to sleep at night? We sleep peacefully, dream beautifully through the night, and wake up excited, ready for the day because there's something in life that is meaningful.
That's such a great question, right? Most people live their life like a tube: food in, food out, food in, food out, paycheck in, paycheck out. Camus wrote about it in a book called The Stranger, right? The myth of Sisyphus. He's been cursed to push a boulder to the top of the hill just to have it roll down to the bottom at the next day to push back up. What we want to do is understand and shift the paradigm of time. See, time is a man-made construct. We're all given 24 hours a day, and we've been programmed and socialized what a day is, a week is, and a month is, and it's historically changed over the years what it actually is. And more importantly, though, if we go ahead and shift that paradigm of time and say to ourselves, I'm going to start my tomorrow today. I'm going to have an unwinding routine at 9 p.m. to put my mind, my body, and the soul into a position of not only recovery, but of access, knowing that if we sleep beautifully, if we have no ego, anxiety, fears, stress, worry, any caffeine, alcohol, drugs, before we go to bed. And we sleep as a conduit to the greater source of power. That when we wake up, not only physically will we be recovered because we put ourselves in that best position, but we'll have access to information that we can now utilize and transcend, whether through jogging or meditating or just being at peace. We can transcend all the knowledge and download that we get while we sleep, so that when we wake up, no longer are we at the bottom of the hill, but we are at a plateau. We are plateauing and growing a new baseline to every day, to know when we are at center and neutral, that our center in neutral is elevated with a higher frequency, a higher vibration, which raises our awareness, which raises our happiness, which raises our joy, and allows us to give more of the light that we receive.
That is just so beautiful. And I was thinking that, as we go through our lives, there's so much out there about, there's the money numbers people, and then there's the manifestation people. Do miracles happen? Do you just like pray and things fall down? Or do you have to do something? Or is it a combination of the two? I mean, if someone works really hard, but then they're not getting any results, or someone's praying a lot, but they're doing nothing. I mean, where's the balance there?
What a great question. So there's a balance between three laws. These are three universal laws. And the first one is often overlooked, and it's the law of gravity. You see the earth spinning and hurling and rotating at such a speed that it makes no sense other than we're exactly where we're supposed to be. We're at the right place at the perfect time. We need to appreciate, acknowledge, and ask, because we are exactly where we're supposed to be. And we need to be grateful and forgiving and accountable for where we are every single day. And once you understand we're exactly where we're supposed to be, you're not focusing on what other people think you should be. You're not focusing in on what's missing from what you're supposed to be. You're not focusing in on what you don't want, but you're focusing in on that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Then you can institute the second law, the law of Goya, Goya.
Mm-hmm.
Get off your ass. This is a law of creating a void. This is the law of making it happen. You cannot just sit at home high on your mom's couch dreaming about what you want, sick and broke. It's not going to come to you. You got to get off your ass and make it happen. So with the law of attraction, first you need the law of gravity, then the law of Goya. Now, if you put attention on what you want through the law of gravity and Goya, if you put attention and intention, the aggregate of what you think, say, do, and believe, and put it into the context of your quantum unconscious competency, your quantum nature, your genetic and energetic inheritance. If you take that law and put attention plus intention, it will equal the coincidences in your life. It will equal the manifestations and the luck and the karma, however you want to define it. But if you institute the law of gravity, the law of Goya, the law of allowance will give you the coincidences that you wish for.
Beautiful. And I think, you said one of the things that you want to always give is value. And I think every being on this planet has value and has value to give. So how do we give value? How do we be a help to people?
Well, it takes 5 daily practices to understand that. And the first is to know your value by knowing what you want. So every day, take inventory of what you want, and then ask yourself, who can I help with what I want, and who can help me? Both of those circumstances, by the way, as I will, aforementioned to you, both of them add value to people's lives. Because if I ask you for help, I'm making you feel good. I'm making you feel valuable. I'm adding value to you by asking for help. And guess what? If you help me, you're adding value to me. So there's no greater exponential value than asking for help, which I want to reiterate to everyone, because they're so afraid to be radically humble and ask for help and to admit that we're all connected, that we're all appreciative of each other, that we all can actually, find within us what is outside of us. And so anyway, we got to know our what and our who, then know your how. How are you going to provide that value with productivity, accessibility, which is being accessible to others and accessing what you want. And most importantly, by being grateful. The greatest value that we can provide is to have that enlightenment, that superpower to find the light, the love, and the lessons in everyone. You have to seek gratitude. You have to not only be thankful, but seek all the light, the love, and the lessons in all the circumstances. Pain is just an indicator that you have a lesson to learn to promote yourself and protect yourself, not punish yourself. And if you know your what, your who, and your how, that will determine your now. And that now should be one of prioritization of what's important to you, who you can help and who you can help you, and how to get it done. And if you prioritize the now, what you'll experience is what I call applying the why. As we started out, you don't have to go get happy. You don't have to get healthy. You don't have to get wealthy. You don't have to get worthy. You have to figure out what you're doing to interfere with it. And by applying our why, we will know our what, our who, our how, and our now. And things that we want will come to us rapidly and accurately.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being on today. And thank you for saying yes to my request. I, discovered you on YouTube, where we discover a lot of people. And I just loved your giving and your overflowing of just giving people value, but also just making sure people were okay. Like, hey, are you okay? And just that caring is just wonderful. And it reminds me of a book that I read several years ago by Bob Golf called Love Does. I love that book. And it's talking about, going out and actually acting in love.
I love that myself, and love does. And so do you, Kimberly. Thank you so much for having me. If anybody wants the 5 daily practices or my book for your audience, I will sign a book, send it to them, and pay for the shipping and the book for your audience. If they want to email me, david@dmeltzer.com, david@dmeltzer.com. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, David. And
Take
we'll
care.
hopefully talk to you again soon.
I hope so. Have a beautiful, blessed day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.